State your name, age and the date for the record, please.
Menna Rockford, 20, 28th of October.
What is your living situation?
So, before second year, I was supposed to move in with a friend of mine, but then she ditched me last minute and won't even answer my messages. I'd heard that she'd run off with somebody, but not that I even care anymore. Second year, English, probably should have said.
So you live alone?
Yeah, but I'm around other people's houses all the time, and it's quite nice to have a place to come back, decompress, be by myself. And, you know, I throw lots of parties, so there's other people around, like, all the time. Does make it a little bit difficult to clean up afterwards, though, being the only one that will clean up.
Isn't it expensive living on your own in a large house?
I mean, it's not that big, I can barely fit all my stuff in it. But in terms of living cost, I might have told my parents that it cost a little bit more than I originally thought to get, you know, a bit more money. But I am looking for a new place, a cheaper place. It's just hard to find a cheap student place after September. I suppose I'm just waiting for a spare room to open up.
Then your parents question?
No, they're kind of oblivious when it comes to money things. My dad inherited a bunch of money after my gran died, and he was an only child, so it all went to him, and turns out Gran made some pretty good investments before she died. So money's never really been an issue for us. And, you know, I could have had my parents pay for it all, but I don't really want to take things for granted. I suppose I have always been a little bit embarrassed about my parents' wealth.
Why are you here, Menna?
You guys help explain the things that can't really be explained, right?
We deal with uncertain events. What happened?
So it's not really one specific thing. It was more of a feeling, I guess.
A feeling?
Yeah, a feeling like, you know when you're alone and you feel like you're being watched, and then you turn around and there's no one there, obviously, but you still feel like there's someone watching you? Well, it's like that, but a bit different. Like, sometimes when I'm walking through my house and I pass a mirror, I don't see my reflection. And I wouldn't have really noticed if that was just it, and if it hadn't developed, but eventually I stopped seeing my reflection altogether. Seriously, like, one time I looked in the mirror and everything else was reflected, but I wasn't. And I know it sounds stupid, but I thought I was turning into a vampire or something. Like, I freaked out, and, you know, I closed my eyes, I did a few in and outs, and I opened them again, and the reflection was back, but it was smiling. I wasn't.
How did you react?
I freaked out. I mean, in the end I decided that I should probably speak to somebody. So I told my mum and dad that I needed some money for a trip, you know, so they wouldn't ask questions.
Did the therapist help?
I guess. I mean, they tried to rationalise what I was seeing, saying that I was stress-induced, which I could have believed if it was just... It all started when a girl called Rosie came up to me and she said that she'd seen me getting off with a boyfriend and that I was supposed to be a friend, but I'd never seen this girl in my entire life, and she was going on about a party and some girl called Kat. And then after that, it seemed like every few days I had random people coming up to me, and not just students, just people, and they were talking to me like they knew me and I was the friend, or I'd done something to them.
But you had.
No, and I know that I hadn't, because I have distinct memories of where I was when I was supposedly with them. So it's not like I was blacking out, and I knew exactly where I was. I think it has something to do with the reflection. Like, something's using my reflection for something. It's a... what's it called?
The clone?
No, it's a doppelganger. I just don't know what to do.
Unfortunately, we're very busy the next few days. Can you visit us again next week?
Next week? Sure.
Please try to stay safe.
I'll try. Thank you.